Hey, what's going on, folks? Forest Green here. Big shout out to Korins. He gave me the suggestion of going over Haxes. I had this idea in mind many years ago, but I never really, you know, took it upon myself to do it. I completely forgot about it. But anyway, today I'm here to talk about different types of Haxes. And the hacks for today is mind hacks. We're going to be talking about mind hacks. The reasons why I wanted to do this educational video is because I feel as if there's some people that don't understand the validity of certain Haxes. There's some Haxes that I never even knew. There's some Haxes today that I'm still not familiar with. So I wanted to make this video to help people understand and educate them on different types of Haxes and the nitty-gritty and the thorough side of Haxes. So let's begin. So I've got a list on here. I wrote a list of what I know in terms of mind Haxes, and I'm going to give you the basic idea of a mind hacks. So mind manipulation in itself is the ability to attack someone's mental prowess, to break them down on a mental level, or to do whatever they like with it. Mind manip is one of the basic forms of mind hacks. Mind manip is the basic hacks. It's a basic form of hacks, and even till this day, it is very troublesome, especially against characters who have no form of resistance against it. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the pros, then I'm going to talk about the cons of mind hacks, of obviously mind manipulation. So I'm going to break it down on what it's capable of doing to people. So there's like madness manip, so you can make someone go insane. You can attack someone on a psychological level. You can cause trauma, like mental trauma, to the point where they die from overwhelming stress, or they're just like the mind is such a powerful thing, and it's such a fragile thing at the same time. You could break someone down on a mental level. They're pretty much defenseless. So there's like making people go insane and stuff, or attacking, pulling on heartstrings, of course, in terms of like mental stuff. So there's people who can attack people on a mental state to the point where, like, say, like they could bring up like a loved one or a family member, and it was very cherished. And because of that, it's hurting them on a mental level. So that's just an example of like psychological attacks and madness and mind manip. Then the other versions, of course, is like mind control. So controlling people, making them do your own bidding. So like Code Geass, for example, that's a good example. Like Lelouch, he can control you with his Geass, make you do his own bidding. He can command you to do whatever he desires. And that is a form of mind manip, which is pretty impressive. There's also another form of mind manipulation as well. You can also delete memories, change memories, put new memories in, fake memories, change them, inhibit memories, lock them away. There's all sorts you can do as well. You can also like mind wipe people, kill them that way, erase their memories. You can also poison people's minds, again, kind of similar to madness, but it make people go insane over time, deteriorate their mental prowess. And that's another horrible way of getting affected by mind manip. And of course, you can attack people's minds with like weapons and stuff on a mental level, and so on and so forth. But yes, folks, that's pretty much it in terms of mind hacks and pros. The pros of mind hacks is also as well. That's just a list of stuff. The pros of mind hacking someone is it's easy, very good in situations where range. If you're up against characters who want to kill you close up, you can just affect them from far distances. There's characters who can send their conscious through different dimensions, attack your mental prowess from many distances away, hell, even in different realms or universes and such. Like, that is how powerful mind hacking someone can be. And of course, it's conventional. So now for the cons. Now the cons is basically different. There's different forms of mind manip, and they have their own cons as well. So, for example, there's characters that can have equipment that is especially equipped of stopping mind manipulation, because of course that's another pro. Mind manip can neg durability, unless you have like mental durability, of course, like stuff which I was going to explain, for like having like special equipment to protect your mind. Or if somebody, usually willpower can also stop mind manip depending on the context. There's people that can't, they can, just their raw willpower alone can just break out of like mental attacks, their indomitable will. Another thing as well, there's certain like limitations depending on the person. So like if your mind manip, like if you need to read someone's mind, that's also a pro as well. If you need to read someone's mind, and there's certain characters that they need to look at the person in order to use their mental prowess. So to use their mental attacks on someone, like they need to be facing them. That could also be a drawback if they're hidden behind interior like walls. For example, like Lelouch, his mind manip don't work if you can't see you, if you're not making eye contact with him. Those are just kind of like small drawbacks as well. Or of course, there are certain like people who can also ward away mind manip. So if you try to like read someone's mind, for example, their mental protection can give you a nasty feedback, which could potentially kill the person who's trying to read their mind. So that's just an example. But yes, folks, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this educational video. Please leave a like. If anything you'd like to cover as well in terms of mind hacks, leave it down in the comment section. If this video gets some good feedback, I will certainly do a part 2. But yes, folks, shout out to Korins, Forest Green, out this bitch. Peace.